We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation, been around about 5.5 years, putting in solid foundations to be here for many generations to come. We're now expanding our economy, and that'll benefit all our citizens because they all hold our currency. We know that because we give it to all our citizens free every month, and anybody can become a citizen. There's no fee, there's no obligation. Just come along, register, and you'll be welcomed with open arms. We're also a non-separatist community. That means we don't put people into groups based on where they come from, what they look like, what the gender is, or anything else. We simply see everyone as a human being. That's it. One big family, all linked together, all individually unique, all having something unique to offer our community, all of equal value to our community. We have a little affirmation in a moment that helps us with that ideology, and we'll be expressing that in a moment after our opening prayer. The opening prayer is very short, there to help us find true happiness in life. Ever new joy that is within you throughout all of the day, regardless of what's going on around you. You will still have peaks of pleasure. You'll have times where you're disappointed or sad, but underneath it all, you'll have that calmness, that confidence, that peace within that only comes through that true happiness. And the only way you can get that is through loving service to other people. And the great thing about that is it not only makes you happy, it makes those people happy because you're doing something for them, but it also attracts into your life everything else that you want and need. So that's what our little prayer is about and our affirmation. We're going to get started with that right now. Dear Heavenly Father, we're so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, that each member may find the joy of service, and through service, attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And our little affirmation, we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind and soul of thy world. Okay, let's welcome you in then. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording, we are streaming live into Facebook, YouTube and X. Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. And of course, the recordings are there for everybody. A lot of people watch the recordings simply because 7 p.m. London time isn't convenient for everybody. So whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording, you're equally welcome, equally appreciated, equally loved. The advantage of being here live, of course, is that you can pop into the comments who you are, where you're from, interact with other members, ask any questions, and hopefully I'll be able to answer them for you. Okay, so let's have a look who we've got in live now. We have Pierre in from South Africa, Taiwo from Nigeria, Peter from the Cameroon, Sianda from South Africa, Bozina from Edinburgh in Scotland, Lewis from Lisbon in Portugal, and Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA. And no doubt there will be one or two more people dropping in as we go through the events of this evening's live. So let me first start off with the numbers, which are for the last 48 hours, because we don't have a live on Thursdays. On Tuesdays. We don't have one on Thursdays either, but it's not relevant to this particular set of figures. Okay, so we had an increase of 9 in our 777 plan to 45,539. An increase of 23 in registered members to 54,696. An increase of 132. Is that right? no, an increase of 32, sorry, in the active member count to 3,509. No change in the success blueprint. No change in the Easy Team Builder. Up 6 in the best plan ever to 1,043. Up 2 in the pro members of the ShareHope Powerline plan to 789. And we have an increase of 109 in the TIR plan to 1,692. And an increase of 64 in the members that upgraded to bronze level, at least bronze level as well, taking that up to 573 people there at the bronze level. Okay. Have we got any more people? Yeah, we got a few more people come in. We got Radio Pirata from Puerto Rico. Ramachandra from Watford saying I'm coming through loud and clear, thanks. And we got Carl in from New Zealand. Hi there, Carl. It's not normally a good time for you, but it's nice to see you. We got Peter saying finding it difficult to pay TIR. Don't know why. It's a relatively simple process. We got Richard in from Devon in England, Norman from Doncaster in England, Eric from Quebec in Canada, Nankiep from Nigeria, Derek from West Palm Beach in Florida, and Bozina from Slovenia, and Gary from St Albans in England, and Radio Pirata says, I paid my TIR membership today without any problem. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I tested it just the other day and it's all working okay. Norman says, I'm still not able to connect my wallet. That's in WeShare Abundance. We're still working on that. It is a problem. We know we don't have a solution yet. If we did, you would be able to connect your wallet. I'll let you know when we can, or when you can, when it's sorted out, when it's fixed. Okay, and then we've got Willie in from, I should know where he's from. Somewhere in the States, I think. But anyway, nice to see you, Willie. Okay. Right. So we've done the numbers. We've done the welcomes. What else have we got for you? Okay. TIR, we're progressing well. There are things that have been added today. And we also, WISE, for a number of years, about 3 years ago, WISE kicked me out. Don't know why, just said that I was doing something that was in breach of their conditions or something like that. But I'd not done anything that I hadn't been doing for a year before that anyway. But for whatever, they kicked me out. And since then, I've approached them on many occasions to try and open another account, and I've always been declined. However, today we managed to get through the verification and we've got the account open. So we have an account open now specifically for TIR. And so we will be able to allow you to make withdrawals through TIR as well as through the Stripe system. Not through TIR, through WISE as well as through the Stripe system. So whichever one suits you better, you'll be able to do. I think WISE has a more global reach than Stripe. And I know a lot of people have WISE accounts that that they can use. So that'll be a good thing. I'm not quite sure at this point in time whether we will integrate it as a way to make payments in, but we probably will at some time in the future. More importantly now, what we're trying to do is get the withdrawals available for you. So that is that is the main thing we're working on now. The deposits that you make, we've had to add a 3% charge because that's what we're getting charged. Well, it varies. It can be as little as 2% and it can be over 3%, but on average it works out about 3%. So we've added that because we're paying everything out in commissions anyway. So we need to make it all work. Will is letting us know he's from Texas. Okay. Gary is also letting us know that Willie is from Texas, I presume. Willie says, Wise is great. Yeah, it is when they don't kick you out. And they, because unfortunately, when you do get kicked out, you know, they just give a vague sort of thing and they won't go into details. They won't tell you any more than that. And it's the same with lots of banks and crypto exchanges and you name it. We've had a lot of problems with most of them at some stage, and it's always the same. They just say, oh no, boom, you're out. And you don't get a reason and there's no recourse. It's a dreadful situation, really. Just isn't the way that things should be, but that's another matter, isn't it? However, it is the way that things are. So we do have that open now for TIR. We got the confirmation of it today, and hopefully it'll all run smoothly. Okay. There's a good word for Willie's sponsor, Gary Runnacles. He says, Gary is my awesome sponsor. So I think that's worth putting up there, isn't it? Okay. That's a little bit of recognition for somebody. Okay, wonderful. Now then, one of the things that a member got to me and said, you know, how do I deal with these people that tell me, you know, when I'm trying to sponsor them and they say, oh, there's no such thing as free money, and so what do I tell them? So basically I said to him, you tell them it's not free money. It is the fact that you can join us without putting your hand in your pocket. That doesn't make it free. Somebody down the line is paying for you. And the members pull together to get cash to help people that either don't have the $20. Ideally, anybody that has the $20 will pay it. But some people simply don't have the confidence or don't have the belief in the system, and so they're not prepared to put in even $20. And that's okay. We'll pay for them as well. But hopefully when they see that things do work, they will then start to tell people, you know, why keep it to yourself? Such a good thing. Okay, so I had to think about it, and I think probably the way that we're promoting it does lead people to think, okay, this is a scam because there's no such thing as free money. And while we're getting quite a lot of people joining, some people will be put off by the fact that it looks like it's free money, and And they're quite right. There is no such thing as free money. You've got to pay for it somehow. Anyway, so I designed a new page, and I sent that out. That should be in your inbox, a lead capture page, and it's performing pretty well. And I want to show you the messages that are going out as well. So let's do a screen share of a couple of things here. Let me make sure I've got there we go. Let me do the screen share. Here we are. Let me make that bigger once it comes up. Okay. Let me get back there now. There we go. So what we have is these are referrals that have come in. There are 39 notifications I've received, and when you make a referral, you should get a notification like this. Now, those 39 are not all today, so don't think that I'm some magician or anything. They are over the past 3 days, I think, and until I deleted it. I had them ready the day before yesterday. I was going to do this, and then I thought, oh, it's too much hassle. So I didn't do it. So it's been like that. So this is over 3 days. So it's an average of only, 13 a day, not 39 in a day, okay? So here we go. This is the message that you will receive. It's very brief. It tells you, congratulations, you just referred a new member to Thinking into Reality, gives you the name and their email address, and then you can get in touch with them and help them to get started. Help them overcome any confusion, because we've had some people that said, you're advertising this as free, and when I got in, I was told I had to pay $20 or $80. And so if you get in touch with them, you can explain things to them. Okay, so that's the first thing. But they also get a message, and this is a message that they get. And this is a test one that I got. And they get hi, and then they get the first name in there. Congratulations on joining our family. It's a way of helping to make the world a better place by spreading prosperity, and that starts with you. You can now log in to the member area and then it gives the login for that with your email, and it shows the email that they've registered and password. It doesn't show the password because we don't know it, it's encrypted, but it says your chosen password. Then it says, regardless of experience and ability or financial means, you will make money from being part of our movement. If you have $20 or more that you can afford to use, we recommend subscribing immediately to a bronze membership. This will place you in the matrix and position you to receive withdrawable cash much faster than waiting for a PIF. If you can't afford the $20 or lack the confidence to pay your own way, no problem. We will arrange for you to receive a PIF, but it can take 10 days or more. It can take 10 or more days, and you will first need to prove your identity by completing the KYC process. Brackets not required for members who pay their own way in. No matter which path you choose, you will be positioned to make money starting at $40 a month in withdrawable income from the bronze matrix and growing to over $5,000 a month as the system moves you through the silver and gold matrices. Please explore the main site at thinkingintoreality.com to get a full understanding of our mission. Although referring others is not required, we encourage you to share Referring is very rewarding, not only in knowing you've helped someone generate much needed income, but also in increasing your own earnings by at least $15,000 a month by the time your referral completes the silver and gold matrices. If you have any questions or need assistance, please contact support at, and then the link for the support desk, and that's it. So they get quite a long email now. Unfortunately, most people don't read long emails. I can delete that now. We don't need that. But it is what it is. Let me see if we can get that new page up for you. I think I'll have to log in again. And they have a login ad here now. Okay, we're through there. Lead pages. This is it. Preview. Okay. So this is it now. No cash, no problem, rather than get $40 a month free. Okay. We're getting away from the free thing. The video is the same, but below it we've got not free, but you don't need to pay. You need 2 people, but you don't need to sponsor. Commission paid on sales, but you don't need to sell. And everyone makes money. Enter your name, enter your email, show me how to profit. Okay, so it's a fairly straightforward thing, but it is a bit unusual, isn't it? It's a little bit like a riddle, you know, and I sent an email out today, which was like a riddle. What is it? It's not free, but you don't need to pay. In fact, it was this information here. And I had a paradigm shift thing. And I posted this also in social media. And we've got a pretty good response from it today. I think certainly 13 or maybe more people that have signed up. Definitely more than 13 that have signed up. But we have actually got around 13 that have joined TIR. So there you go. We can stop sharing that now you've seen it. But I did send that out. That is in your inbox with the share code. So if you want to use this, you can use it and it'll automatically put your information in it and it'll add them onto your mailing list in Leads Leap, which is free. And it looks like it is working pretty well. And it will overcome the fact that people say, oh, if it's free, you know, it's a scam and this sort of thing. And you can't blame people for saying that because most of them are, in all honesty. So here we go. We've got a couple of questions, have we? Peter saying, Wise is not available in Cameroon. Yeah, a lot of countries will have difficulty with Wise or Stripe. We'll have to find a workaround for the people that can't have a Wise account or a bank account that Stripe can send to, or a card that can be credited from Stripe. We will find a way around it. But I think Wise and Stripe between them will cover most people. And we'll have to sort something out for people like yourself, Peter. We got Ron in from Amsterdam in Holland. Eric says, what time the Matrix runs daily? I believe it runs at 12:30 p.m. London time. We got Don in from Vancouver. And I think we saw you before, didn't we, Don? I seem to remember saying. Maybe we didn't. Anyway, we do have you now anyway, Don, from Vancouver Island in Canada. We've got somebody else. We've got Shering from Doha. How about that? Shering from Doha. Welcome. We've not seen you here before, I don't think. So it's lovely to have you with us as a first time, and I hope you are here regularly. Okay. Gary, are you aware that after piffing from the pool, the member you piffed does not show as a referral in the back office? The referral doesn't change. I went through this yesterday. You become the beneficiary rather than the sponsor. So we will find a way of showing that, but it doesn't show at the moment. But the sponsorship doesn't change. And that is covered. Let me see if I can get the link for that PDF. It is actually on the compensation plan page. I've not changed the video yet. I was hoping to get it done today, but I've not managed it. But this is a link here going in. That is for the PDF of the compensation plan. That is up to date. And it goes through the fact of the sponsorship and the beneficiary and how we are now splitting those tier 1 commissions 50-50. It doesn't affect tier 2 commissions. Tier 2 commissions follow the sponsor and the sponsor's sponsor. But as a beneficiary, you still make 15 grand for a $20 PIF. You know, you help somebody out with a one-time $20 and it repays you in time. I'm not sure how long it's going to take at this stage. We're only still in beta launch. But in time, as everything builds out and fills out, it will generate you $15,000 a month. Okay, so that's there. In fact, let me make a note of that now. Please display a member area. Okay. So we'll get that information added in, Gary. But the sponsorship doesn't change. The sponsor will remain the same. You are now a beneficiary of that member, and we will get that to display. Okay. I don't know how many people we've got in the PIF pool either, but we're not getting enough people in at the bronze level at the moment. We will get more on a regular basis once we get to, I think next Saturday, I think this coming Saturday, when people will have been in the PIF pool for 7 days, and then the system will pay it forward for a number of people there. So that'll boost things a little bit as people are getting into the PIF pool and they've been in it for 7 days and nobody's taken them out of there. Then the system will start taking those people out and placing them. So that'll speed things up a little bit, but we need to speed it more. We need lots more people in, folks. We need literally tens of thousands of people now. And in the future, we'll need hundreds of thousands of people. And in the not too distant, but more distant future, we will need millions of people coming in. So get out there and do what you can. You as a sponsor will never lose out by referring people, which would have been the case under the old system. You could have sponsored people and they had them taken away from you and never got any reward. That can't happen now. As a sponsor, you will now always get the lion's share of the matching payments, because you'll get all the tier 2 that you would have got in the past, plus you will get half of the tier 1. Okay. Seander says, why KYC is taking too long for results in TIR? What do you mean, why is it taking too long? It takes 2 minutes or something like that to do your KYC. If you follow the instructions and do things right, you can do it in 2 minutes. If that's too long for you, I'm sorry. You have to get the verification done in WeShare Abundance, and then you have to make sure your profile is updated in TIR, including your WeShare Abundance username, and that's all there is to it. Shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. In fact, most of you will do it in less than that. I mean, I did it in probably 2 minutes, and I'm pretty dopey when it comes to doing things like KYC and taking pictures and using smartphones and things. It's certainly not my forte. So there you go. A lot of people will do it much faster. But shouldn't take, if it took 5 minutes, it shouldn't take anything like that. But if it took 5 minutes, I can't see that as being considered too long, Seander. Just follow the instructions. There is a link in the TIR member area that says KYC or something like that. I wonder if I can still got it open. Yeah, it says KYC. You click on that link and it'll take you to a video explaining how to do it, or a page. I'm not sure whether there's a video or it's just a page with instructions on. Yeah, it's just written instructions, and you can pick the language so that you can be in your own language if you're not good with English. So you just go through and follow those instructions, and that's all there is to it. And once you've done that, it will update in TIR, and your sponsor, when he goes and checks the his referrals, he'll see that you are KYC verified and he's able to PIF you in. He doesn't have to PIF you in, it's his option. Okay, he may not have the money, he may not have the desire, whatever. It's his choice. But you are there and you're in the system, and if he doesn't PIF you in, you will go then into the PIF pool, and other members will be taking people out of there as they want to help people, and they'll be taking people out of that PIF pool in the order in which they're put into the PIF pool. So the person that comes out first is the one that's been in there the longest. And if you've been in that PIF pool for 7 days and still nobody's PIF'd you in, that is when the system takes over and it says, okay, who have we got here that's left? And we get a number of those, and the system will PIF you in, provided the system has the funds. I think there's about $200 at the moment in the PIF pool. And hopefully that will be increasing as more people get through more sections and get more things filled in. The bulk of the funds comes from, I think it's level 5 in the silver matrix. So once we get people getting into level 5 in the silver matrix, that is when we start seeing the PIF pool for the admin growing, and that is when we'll be able to hopefully PIF in hundreds and thousands of people. So it doesn't matter how many people we get in, let's get them in. That's the important thing. The more people we get in, the quicker the matrix moves for everybody, because it's a team build. And the quicker it moves for everybody, the more money we have from that level 5 in the silver matrix. And of course, there's more people there that may want to take people out of the PIF pool, and there are more people in there. If you want to take people out of the PIF pool, it's all about numbers. It's all about real people, just getting real people into the system. Okay. I'm trying to think what else we've done today. There were more things that we completed today. Let me see if I can. We did complete the fact when I first put the 3% additional fee cost onto your deposit figures, then that was that was all going into your account as a deposit, and that's we're not going to take that back off you. You know, that's in there, but it shouldn't have been happening. But it was quite a big job to change the coding for that. It took nearly a day. It took 6 hours of coding time to make that change, so that 30 cents on every $10 now goes to cover the fees that we get charged for collecting it. I'm looking for his report. I'm sure there were. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the PIF wallet for admin wasn't there previously. It is there now. That doesn't affect you, but it helps us because we know what's going on with the system. There were a couple of things on tickets, and one of them was a little bit of a bug. It was a display issue. It wasn't an incorrect placement. The placement was in fact correct, but the display was showing, when somebody piffed somebody in, the display was showing the sponsor having changed, because that was the old way that it picked up the information to the person that piffed them. The system actually had them in the correct place, but it was displaying it incorrectly, so we corrected the display. So the sponsor now still sees that person as their referral. There were a few issues. We're still working on the connection of the wallet. I know somebody was asking about that earlier on up here. I did find some code that I thought might be helpful, and Devian is going to check on that tomorrow and see if that code can be used, or we can hijack bits of it or whatever, or to compare it with our code to see why we're getting this issue. Now, the connection we've also got a ticket from somebody that has Trust Wallet, and they're saying that they can connect and disconnect Trust Wallet, no problem. So anybody out there that's got a Trust Wallet, just check and see if you're connecting okay, and let us know. Because if that's the case, it's purely with the MetaMask wallet that we're having the issue. The pop-up comes up okay if you don't have MetaMask on your browser. But if you have MetaMask on your browser, we get that funny message and we can't connect. And we don't know why that's happening, and that's what we're trying to sort out. But it appears to be that Trust Wallet is okay. You can get in and out of Trust Wallet because we had a ticket about it today. I can't, well, my phone has an issue with the dashboard in WeShare Abundance. If I open the menu up, I can't get rid of it. And so I can't do anything other than I can select menu items, but then I can't work on them. So I was going to try and test it, but I can't because of that issue. It is something specific to my phone, I think, because Devyani has exactly the same phone model as me and doesn't have that issue. So there we go. So anybody that has what's it called, Trust Wallet, you can see if you can connect and disconnect and connect again. And if that is the case, you can let us know that things are working for you with Trust Wallet. Put in a support ticket and say, yeah, Trust Wallet works fine with the Weezer exchange. Then we've narrowed it down then specifically to the MetaMask issue. In the meantime, of course, you can always, if you've got Trust Wallet, you can connect to Trust Wallet instead of MetaMask and get around it and do your withdrawals. Okay. That, I think, pretty much covers it for today. I don't have any more news. I've answered the questions that there are, I think. So that's it. That is all from me for today. I won't be here tomorrow because it's Thursday. So see how many people you can get signed up for TIR between now and when? Friday. And let's see if we can get over 100. We got 100 in the last, we got 100 and something, didn't we, in the last 109, I think it is. 108 in the last 48 hours. Let's see if we can get a couple of 100 in, eh? Let's go for it. Okay, I'll be here on Friday and we'll see just how many we have got and where things are going and how well they're going. There is also, oh, this is another thing that we did today. There is also a message going out to people that are free members that have not done their KYC. It goes out 20 days before, let's see, it goes out after 10 days, after 20 days, and then after 5 days, I think, something like that, telling them that if they don't get the KYC done or refer a paid member or put their hand in the pocket and upgrade, they will be removed from the system. So that goes out, and that will be going out 3 times. People are going to get 3 warnings, and then if not, I mean, we can't do anything with them if they are free and they've not done their KYC. So there's no purpose them being in the database, just cluttering it up. So we will take them out. Okay, that's it. God bless you all. I'll be here on Friday. Let's shoot for that 200. See, can we get 200 people into TIR? Okay, all together as a team. Let's do what we can. God bless.